Welcome to Tino's Time Wrestling. And on this episode, I'm going to give you a post-show analysis of everything that went down on the two amazing nights that were NXT Takeover, Stand and Deliver. NXT, NXT, NXT. NXT always delivers, and let's not waste any time and get right into the results, and let's start with night one. And the first match I want to talk about, it happened on the pre-show. It was Toni Storm versus the newly up-and-coming superstar Zoe Stark on the pre-show. What a match these two put on. You know, this is a match that was announced the day of TakeOver. It was announced on night one. We heard it on the bump from Kayla Braxton first. And when this match happened, I really didn't know what exactly was going to happen. But I know these two women always put on a show, and they did not disappoint. This match was really good for being on the pre-show, and I was not disappointed at all. I took Toni Storm to win this match, but it did not happen. And Zoe Stark ended up rolling up Toni Storm and picking up the win. And Zoe Stark picked up a big win over a superstar, so maybe this will catapult her for an NXT Championship title women's match later down the road. And last time on my other show, I said I was going to start doing a 5-star rating, so I'm going to give this match a 2.5 out of 5, and that's only because it was on the pre-show, and I wish that they would have given it a little bit more time. But like I said, for the pre-show, it was a really good match, and I'm not hating. I love NXT, and I just cannot wait to see what those two women do in the future. But now it's time for the main card. It was the first match on the card. For the main card, it was Pete Dunne versus Kushida, and we knew that this was going to be a technical classic, but I did not think it was going to be this good. Pete Dunne and Kushida beat the living hell out of each other. Pete Dunne tried to break Kushida's fingers a couple times. I was really worried at one point that Kushida was going to lose a couple fingers, but these two, like I said, just put on a technical classic. But in the end of the match, Pete Dunne, he hit the bitter end and he pinned Kushida for the 1, 2, 3, and Pete Dunne, you won a technical classic. Those two just put on a complete show, and that's why I'm giving this match a 4 out of 5 stars. And Triple H even said it on the bump before night one happened that these two could steal the show, and I think that they just did that. The next match on the card, though, this is one match that I was looking forward to the most. It was the Gauntlet Eliminator. Last week on NXT, they had a battle royal to see who was going to be involved in this Gauntlet Eliminator, and the final 6 men that were in the match were going to be able to be in this match, and then as they got eliminated, that was going to be their entrance. So for the entrance, the first 2 people to enter the match, it was Leon Ruff and Isaiah Swerve Scott. And before the match could even get started, Ruff and Swerve Scott went at it and they battled each other all around the ring. They just beat the living hell out of each other until finally they got into the ring and the match started. And every 3 to 4 minutes, a new superstar entered. So the third person to enter the match, it was Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed came into the match. He did his thing. They battled. They beat the hell out of each other. Three to 4 more minutes later, Cameron Grimes, take it to the moon and back, baby. He entered. He's taking money. He wants his money shot. He gives Isaiah Swerve Scott some money. He's like, I'm going to bribe you. Let's work together in this Gauntlet Eliminator. We're going to do our thing. And then finally, number 5 entrant, Dexter Lumis, came up, and Dexter Lumis came into the ring. But before Dexter Lumis could even get into the ring, Ruff was eliminated by Swerve Scott and Isaiah. He eliminated him by pinfall, and Ruff, you were out of here. But then, as at the last entrant, the guy that won the Battle Royal last week on NXT, it was LA Knight, and he entered last. And to be honest, I did not know how this Gauntlet Eliminator was going to work. I thought it was going to be 2 people battling and then somebody was going to come in as somebody got eliminated. I didn't know they were going to have it be every 3 minutes. Somebody was going to enter, but it was awesome that way, and I loved it, and I was just happy the way they did it. There were 5 men left standing after Ruff was eliminated, and LA Knight entered. But after LA Knight entered and everybody battled for a little bit, Dexter Lumis, my pick, was eliminated second by LA Knight. LA Knight rolled him up and he pinned him for the 1-2-3, and there goes my pick, Dexter Lumis. The third person to be eliminated, it was LA Knight a little bit, like 4 or 5 seconds after, maybe a minute after Lumis was eliminated. Bronson Reed decided to jump on top of LA Knight and pin him for the 1-2-3, and LA Knight, you were out of there. After LA Knight was eliminated, Dexter Lumis and LA Knight were laying outside by the announce table, and Lumis decided to choke LA Knight out, and LA Knight was going to sleep like CM Punk used to do to everybody back in the day. The final 3 in the match were Isaiah Swerve Scott, Bronson Reed, and Cameron Grimes. The final 3 I was not expecting, but Isaiah Swerve Scott, you were very, very impressive in this match, and these 3 battled each other for a little bit until Cameron Grimes was eliminated by Isaiah Swerve Scott. Isaiah Swerve Scott grabbed Cameron Grimes' tights and he pinned him for the 1-2-3, and Cameron Grimes, you got to take your money and you got to find something else to do for the rest of night 1 and night 2, because you lost and you ain't getting to face Johnny Gargano on night 2. And the final 2 in this match were Bronson Reed and Isaiah Swerve Scott, and I just said it, Isaiah Swerve Scott was very, very impressive in this match. He hit the 450 splash, and I thought he had Bronson Reed. I thought we were going to see Johnny Gargano versus Isaiah Swerve Scott on night 2, but Bronson Reed kicked out, and Bronson Reed just did his thing, and he is a big man that everybody needs to watch out for. And in the end, Bronson Reed jumped off of the ropes, off of the top rope like he was Jeff Hardy out there. He squashed Isaiah Swerve Scott, and he pinned Isaiah for the 1-2-3. And the winner of the Gauntlet Eliminator was Bronson Reed, and that means on night 2, we were able to see Bronson Reed and Johnny Gargano for the NXT North American title, and we'll be talking about that match a little bit later on when we get to night 2, and what a match it was. Before we get too far ahead, I want to give that Gauntlet Eliminator match a 5 out of 5. That match was an absolute banger. Speaking of bangers though, let's talk about the next match on the card. It was Tommaso Ciampa versus Walter for the NXT UK title. This is a match that I never thought we were going to see. It was something I never even thought about, but once it was announced for TakeOver, I was so hyped, and it was a match I was so excited to watch. And what a freaking match it was. The old Ciampa came out. We saw the guy from 2018 that beat the hell out of Johnny Gargano. He had Goldie for all those months. He was the one and only. He was Tommaso Ciampa. He was the guy everybody was afraid of, and I was so happy to see him come out. Walter, this is one of the first matches I've actually watched fully with Walter, except like Survivor Series. I don't really go and watch NXT UK. I don't really go out of my way, and honestly, to be honest, I forget because it's only on WWE Network, and now it's only on Peacock, and I just forget, like when NXT was on only exclusively on the WWE Network, I always forgot to watch it, and I'm very upset because I really wish I would have been watching NXT since day 1, but that's okay. Now I'm watching it now, and Walter has just been so impressive, and he just did his thing in this whole entire match. Ciampa outlasted Walter. He took 50 chops. He got beat the hell out of. Walter did the clothesline like JBL. Ciampa kicked out. It was just a match that everybody wanted to see. It was phenomenal, but in the end, Walter outlasted Ciampa. He hit him with the chop. He finally got a good chop on him, and Ciampa just could not kick out anymore. He battled so hard, but he just couldn't do it, and Walter pinned Ciampa for the 1-2-3, and still your NXT UK champion, Walter. His reign continues, and to be honest, I don't know who's gonna stop this man. He might just hold the title forever. I'm gonna give this match though a 4 out of 5 stars, and the only reason why I'm not gonna give it 5 stars is because Walter won and I wanted Ciampa to win. So I'm sorry, Walter. Congratulations on winning, but you don't get 5 stars because I really wanted to see Tommaso Ciampa win. Speaking of guys or tag teams that I I wanted to see win, let's talk about the next match on the card, and it was for the vacant NXT Tag Team titles. Sadly, Danny Burke and Oney Lorcan had to vacant the titles because of injury. Get well soon, come back better than ever, and you'll get your chance to get your titles back. But with that happening, they had to make a triple threat tag team match to find out who the new champions were going to be. And they have MSK versus the Grizzly Young Veterans versus LD Fantasma. And in case I did say that wrong, those two are Santos Escobar's goons. But let's talk about the match, and let's not talk about the goons. These guys, all three of these tag teams destroyed each other everywhere throughout the arena. They beat the living hell out of each other. These three tag teams reminded me of a match with Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, and the Dudleys, except they didn't have tables, ladders, and chairs, but they didn't need them because these three tag teams proved that they are really good and they are coming up, and the tag team division is going to be in good hands for the years to come. LD Fantasma had it. I thought that they had it at one point. I really did. I really think that they were going to become the new tag team champions. I really thought that they were going to have Santos Escobar, and then they were just going to do all these things. They were going to have all the gold around. But that did not happen, and LD Fantasma did not get that chance. They had a great standoff between Grizzly Young Veterans and MSK. It was one of those things. It was a standoff that I wanted to see. I was so happy. You know, if you didn't hear, MSK was injured. They won the Dusty Cup, and then they finally got their chance. This was their chance to get their title opportunity, and they did it. MSK's Wesley, he picked up the win for his team. He pinned the Grizzly Young Veterans, and they went on and they won the tag team titles. And finally, MSK had their WrestleMania takeover moment, and it was amazing. Congratulations, MSK. You guys deserve it. I cannot wait to see what you do with the tag titles. I love you guys, and I'm so happy you won this match. I'm going to give this match a 4 out of 5 because this tag team match was phenomenal, and I just love tag team wrestling because I grew up watching Edge and Christian, the Hardys, and the Dudleys, and that's what I want to see, and that's exactly what these three tag teams did. I'm just so happy about this match. But let's talk about, it's finally time. It's time for the main event of night one. It was Raquel Gonzalez versus Io Shirai for the NXT Women's Championship. Raquel Gonzalez, ever since she got called up to NXT, she has been a star in the making. It was revealed on the bump, also in that interview with Triple H, that Raquel Gonzalez was supposed to come up when NXT debuted on USA, but a week later, or a week before it debuted on USA Network, they scratched it, they scrapped it, and as you know, it took her a little bit more time to get up here. But ever since she's been up here, we talked about it on my pre-show, she had that amazing rivalry with Rhea Ripley. Io Shirai looked at Raquel Gonzalez, she threw the contract in her face and was like, I want you next, about a month ago. It was one of those moments. Nobody thought Io Shirai was going to stand up to Raquel Gonzalez. Everybody has compared Raquel to China. She's so tall, she's so everything, she's so athletic, she does her thing. But in this match, within 5 minutes of the match, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez's BFF, got kicked out by the referee, leveling the playing field for Io Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez, because we all know Dakota Kai loves to get involved. But after she got thrown out, we didn't see her the rest of the night, which I was really happy about. These women battled and they beat the hell out of each other all around the CWC. Io Shirai even decided to do a stunt. She decided to go on top of the skull in front of the entrance where everybody was coming out by the stage. She got 20 feet up in the air. She jumped off of their skull onto Raquel Gonzalez, and it was a moment that nobody will ever forget. And it just seems like Io Shirai has zero fear, and she's like Jeff Hardy out there. She doesn't care where she jumps from. If you remember, she jumped off of War Games with a garbage can on top of her head. She just jumps all over the place, and she doesn't care where she's jumping from. And that's one of the reasons why I love Io Shirai. After that happened, though, they beat the hell out of each other until they finally got into the ring. Io Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez went at it until the end, when Raquel Gonzalez picked up Io Shirai for a huge choke slam and a huge power bomb. She powered bombed Io Shirai onto the mat. She pinned Io Shirai for the 1, 2, 3, and your brand new women's NXT champion, Raquel Gonzalez. Congratulations, Raquel. You deserve it. You've been through so much. It's your time in NXT. Time to show everybody in that women's division. It's Raquel time. You did it. You dethroned Io Shirai. You finally beat the woman that nobody thought was going to be able to be beat since Asuka. Congratulations, Raquel, one more time for becoming your new NXT women's title champion. And I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you. And that is how night 1 of NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver ended. But remember, this is the biggest takeover in NXT history. It was 2 nights. So you get to go to bed. You woke up and we had a whole nother stacked card of 6 amazing matches. They did add a match onto the pre-show. It was Breezango versus Killian Dane and Drake Maverick to see who was going to be the new #1 contender to face MSK, the newly awarded tag team champions. They won the triple threat on night 1. Congratulations, MSK again. Tyler Breeze came out in this dope ass jacket. I really liked the attire that Tyler Breeze came out in. He was ready to go. But in this match, I really enjoyed what Killian Dane and Drake Maverick have done. If you remember, Drake Maverick was on Raw and SmackDown, and he had the 24 title 7 run with R-Truth, and he kept going back and forth with R-Truth. But ever since he's went back to NXT, he's actually been in the ring, and he's actually been a really good wrestler, and they have not done really bad. But Drake played cat and mouse a lot of the match. He was trying to go left and right. He was trying to dip and dodge. The 5 dodges, the dodgeball. Remember dodgeball? A true underrated story. He was just doing his thing. Drake Maverick, he was just, they were trying. Killian Dane ended up power bombing Drake on to Fandango, though, in the end of the match to pick up the win for the 1, 2, 3. And your new #1 contenders to face MSK down the road is Killian Dane and Drake Maverick. This match, I had Breezango winning. I thought they were going to win. But I'm not mad that Killian Dane and Drake Maverick won. I just thought they were going to have Breezango win. And I've talked a lot about tag teams just being put together. Like I said, I really have enjoyed what Killian Dane and Drake Maverick have done. So let's see if they can go out and beat MSK. I don't think they're going to, but I still think that match is going to be dope. And that match happened on the pre-show, and I'm going to give this match a 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't bad. It was a really good tag team match. But now it's time to talk about the main card and the 5 amazing matches that they had booked for the pay-per-view. We thought night 1 was good. Night 2 was even better, and they started it off with a banger. They started it off with the Cruiserweight title ladder match. It was Santos Escobar versus Jordan Devlin, and what a match this was. Jordan Devlin doing backflips off the announce table. They battled all over the ring. Escobar flew through the ropes on Devlin onto the ladder. Devlin went through the ladder broke. Devlin also did multiple flips throughout the match. He did one off the table. He did one off the ladder. He did one off the ladder with Escobar in his hand. He did so many amazing things. They both just tried to kill each other. But what a surprise. Santos Escobar's goons came out. They got involved. They beat up Jordan Devlin. Jordan Devlin, though, he beat him. He got rid of him. He was like, get the hell out of here. Jordan Devlin tried to do his thing. He ended up beating them. He tried to get back as much as he could. But in the end, both of the men were at the top of the ladder. They were fighting each other, and Escobar got the better of Devlin. He headbutted Jordan, and Devlin fell He fell through the ladder. He was laying there. Escobar took his time. He grabbed one cruiserweight title. He grabbed the other one. And now you're undisputed official cruiserweight champion, Santos Escobar. I wanted Jordan Devlin to win. I really thought Jordan Devlin was going to win at certain points in this match. But what a goddamn match this was. I'm giving this a 5 out of 5. This match lived up to the hype. These two put on an incredible show, and Santos Escobar keep bringing in the cruiserweight title and keep elevating it like you have. Let's see who you got on. Let's see who's next to face you for that cruiserweight title. Maybe we will find out this Tuesday on NXT. Yes, I said that. Tuesday. I'll let you know what that means if you don't know a little bit later on when we do the NXT preview. But before that, let's get back into the matches. The next match on the card, it was for the women tag titles. It was Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell versus the champions Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. And what a tag team women's match this was. It was a great back and forth tag team match. I love all 4 women in this match. They can do their thing, and they do it all the time. I just love everything that they do, and they just put on an incredible show. But in the end of this match, Ember Moon hit the double eclipse. Shotzi Blackheart jumped on top of Indy off of the top ropes, and she pinned her for the 1, 2, 3. It was a really, really good tag team match, but Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, the way they just weren't able to get the job done. They weren't able to take away the tag titles from Moon and Blackheart. You still put on an incredible show, and you 4 women showed why the NXT women's division is the best in the world, no matter what anybody says. But speaking of the way and somebody trying to keep their title instead of winning a title, the next match on the card, it was for the NXT North American Champion. It was Johnny Gargano versus the winner of the Gauntlet Eliminator on night 1, Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed put on an incredible show in the Gauntlet Eliminator, and he did the same in this match. Before we get into this match, I want to remember to give the tag team match a 3 out of 5. I just thought it should have been a little bit longer, but for the time that they had, they put on an incredible show. But back to Johnny Gargano versus Bronson Reed. This guy, Bronson Reed, he's a big fella, and he can move. Reed literally can move like a high flyer. He moves like Keith Lee, and it is just incredible to watch big men like this move like that. He also can move a table. He moved the announce table. Johnny Gargano pushed Bronson Reed into the announce table, and the announce table literally moved. I was like, oh my god. They get back into the ring, and they continue to battle though, and Reed's head snapped back as Johnny Gargano put his knees into his back and put him backwards. He said, screw it. But it did not faze Reed at all. It did not seem like anything was going to faze him. Even when he missed the top rope squash, he did not. I just call it that, the top rope squash. I don't know what else to call it, but when he gets onto the top rope, I'm kind of worried that the whole ring is going to break like they did with Brock Lesnar and Big Show all these years ago. But after that happened, of course, Austin Theory had to get involved. He always just has to get involved. But Reed, that did not stop Reed either. He fought him off, but it did help Johnny Gargano to get enough time to take advantage of Reed. Reed did jump through the ropes earlier on, and that was just so impressive. Like I was talking about him moving like Keith Lee. It is just so impressive to watch these guys move like that. But in the end, it was not enough. He missed a backflip off the top ropes. Bronson Reed, you just made too many mistakes. You just kept going off the top ropes. You were trying to make a big move, but it just did not work, and ended up backfiring on you. The last time you did it, Johnny Gargano, he took advantage. He did as many DDTs as he could. He was like, I'm going to do 1, I'm going to do 2, I'm going to do 3, I'm just going to do as many as I possibly can, and he finally pinned Bronson Reed for the 1, 2, 3. And still your NXT North American Champion, Johnny Gargano. I really did want Bronson Reed to win this match, but I am happy that Johnny Gargano is now staying in NXT officially because after a takeover, there are certain guys that come up to Raw and SmackDown, and it is also the WrestleMania after the Raw after WrestleMania, and that's always one of the biggest draws, and they're going to bring one or two guys up. So hopefully Johnny Gargano keeping the NXT North American title means that he'll stay in NXT, because as the WWE Universe knows, they always bring NXT talent up and they always waste them. So hopefully that means that Johnny Gargano is staying in NXT, because that's the only positive I'm taking for it. But hopefully next couple weeks on NXT, he finds a new challenger, and maybe that person can take it off his hands. But now, a guy that needs to take a title off another guy's hands, he wants his title back. It was the next match on the card. It was for the NXT title. It was Finn Balor, the Prince, versus TikTok, Killian Cross. And what a match this was for the co-main event. Finn came out in war paint all over his chest, and then when they both got into the ring, they both faced off face to face, and it was just phenomenal to see. And these two just beat the hell out of each other in every which way. But please explain to me how anybody in the world focuses with Scarlett on the sideline and always outside. That is Killian Cross's best asset. Scarlett, why do you have to be so good looking? Because you sit on the sidelines and you sit outside of the ring and you just distract all these guys, and it always helps Killian Cross. I'm just saying. But during the match, Killian Cross seemed to hurt his hand, and they both did not want to give up. Killian Cross, even if he did hurt his hand, he just kept kicking out. He even kicked out of the coup de grace, and he reversed it, and he tried to choke Finn out. But Finn ended up trying to choke him out with his own thing. He just tried choking him out. But Scarlett looked at Cross at one point in the match, and he said, "Let's go." And it just looked like Killian Cross snapped. He grabbed Finn Balor. He did the Doomsday Suplex. While Finn Balor was laying there, he looked like he was just out of breath. Killian Cross hit him in the back of the neck. Finn Balor laid there as Killian Cross picked up the win, and he pinned Finn Balor for the 1, 2, 3. And your brand new NXT champion, he got the title that he never lost. It's Killian Cross. TikTok. What a match this was. I'm giving this match a 5 out of 5. This is why it was one of the co-main events, because it was a phenomenal match, a phenomenal rivalry, and now Killian Cross gets his title back. I cannot wait to see what Killian Cross has to say on NXT this upcoming week. It's going to be amazing, and let's see if Finn Balor wants his revenge, or let's see if a new challenger comes after TikTok Killian Cross. I am so happy with this match. It was just a banger. But speaking of bangers, let's talk about the main event of NXT Takeover, Stand and Deliver. After 2 amazing nights, it was finally time for the match that everybody was looking forward to. It was a battle between 2 people that once were best friends and once called each other brothers. It was Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole in an unsanctioned match, and these two just beat the living hell out of each other in every which way. They brought every chair from the arena, around the announce table, everywhere into the ring. They just brought every chair that they could. Kyle even tried to break Cole's neck. He did. It was just incredible to watch what these two put each other through. Kyle grabbed what to seem to be a big chain. Maybe it was the one that John Cena left all these years ago. But Cole hit him with a neck breaker. Cole tried to also choke Kyle out with it, but it did not work. Kyle just kept wrapping the chain around his leg. He wrapped it around every part of his body. He kicked Cole in the eye multiple times. Cole fighted it out. He figured it out. He hit him also with the chair. Cole did. Cole just hit him back and forth. These two just beat the living hell out of each other. And at one point, it got so bad that Kyle was sweating so much that paper was getting stuck to him. Cole hit him with a TV monitor even at one point. This match just was so phenomenal. It was back and forth. It was everything we wanted to see. I was so happy with everything that was going on in this match. Later on in the match, though, Kyle tried to break Cole's arm with the chain, but Cole got out of it and he hit him with the tire iron, which took Kyle's ribs. It was just, they were using everything. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know who was going to win this match. Cole hit the referee. He said, stay out of it. I want Kyle O'Reilly. I'm going to beat the living hell out of him. I didn't know who was going to win this match. This match was so back and forth. It was just phenomenal. They ended up beating each other so bad. They ended up going over to the top of the stage and over to the top of the ramp. And Kyle was choking Cole out. And he ended up going through the steel ramp. I was like, holy shit, what is going on? But that did not even stop them. Nothing was stopping these men from getting them out of this match, and nothing was stopping them until we finally had a winner. I was like, oh my god. Cole rose from the steel. I thought they were going to stop the match. We know how WWE is. Oh my god, let's grab the ambulance. Let's do this. Let's do that. But no, Kyle and Cole ended up rising, and then he ended up grabbing Kyle from underneath the ramp. It looked like he kicked a hole in it. I don't know what he was doing, but he grabbed Kyle, and they ended up going back into the ring, and Kyle, he just kept going. He kept going until the end. Kyle ended up hitting Cole in the nuts. It ended up just going back and forth. Kyle grabbed the chain again. He wrapped it around his leg, and with Cole in between the chair with him laying there, Kyle hit him with the knee of steel. Literally, the chain was wrapped around his leg. I don't know how much that had to hurt, but it literally, he hit him in the back of the neck, in the back of the back, whatever it was. It looked like it hurt, and Kyle fell on top of Adam Cole and picked up the win for the 1, 2, 3, and oh my god, I was exhausted. This match was phenomenal. This is a match of the year candidate. This is a match that we will be talking about forever. For 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, I'll be telling my grandchildren. My kids will be telling their kids about this match. That's how good this match was. They put on an absolute clinic, and they put on an absolute show. And I am so happy the winner was Kyle O'Reilly. You deserve it. You got the win. You got your revenge over Adam Cole. You did it, my guy. This is only going to elevate you even farther, and I cannot wait to see what happens with you now that you got rid of Adam Cole, because Adam Cole, he ended up going out in a stretcher. They put each other through a battle. Kyle O'Reilly's back looked like he just got beat with a kendo stick by a child for 45 minutes straight, and they were just beating each other up. I was just like, oh my god, Kyle, hopefully your back doesn't hurt too bad, but what an incredible show both men put on, and both of these nights were just phenomenal. I cannot talk about it enough, how impressive and how much Takeover has impressed me. Triple H said it on the bump that all these matches were going to steal the show. None of them let me down, and I'm going to give this match a 50 out of 5. This match is like a million out of 5. This match doesn't even have a rating. It broke every rating in the book. This match was just phenomenal. I'm so happy with this match. WrestleMania, WWE, Raw and SmackDown, you have a big hill to climb. You have so much to do this weekend to try to outdo NXT Takeover, because I think NXT Takeover just won the weekend. So hopefully WrestleMania is as good as NXT Takeover, because if not, that's going to be a sad thing, because that just means NXT is the real WrestleMania. Sorry, WWE, you just need to put on a better show. Hopefully it is, though. But NXT Takeover again. Just what an incredible show this was. Every match, all 12 matches were phenomenal. The 2 matches on the pre-show they added, just everything. Just a show all around. It was phenomenal. I am just so happy with this pay-per-view. But now that we have NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver in the back review mirror, and we're looking forward, NXT is moving to Tuesday nights live on the USA Network. So that means it's not on Wednesdays. We get NXT a day earlier now. Yes, NXT. Let's get into an NXT preview, and let's preview all the stuff and all the fallout that will go down on NXT this upcoming week after a 2-night and amazing event that was NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver. The first thing I want to talk about, it's the debut, finally, of Frankie Monty. We've seen packages over the few weeks with her dog. We haven't seen her picture. We have not seen, like, her face. We don't know exactly what she looks like. But if you did not know, she is the wife of Hey Hey, Ho Ho, and Hey Hey, Hop Hop, John Morrison. So if she's the same athletic ability as he does, I can't wait to see what she does in the WWE ring and NXT. Let's see who she goes after this upcoming Tuesday on NXT. It's going to be awesome. What's next for the new champions? What's next for TikTok, Killian Cross, Raquel Gonzalez, MSK? What's next for all these amazing champions? Are we going to see the tag team match between MSK versus Drake Maverick and Killian Dane now that they are the number 1 contenders? What are we going to see? Who's going to challenge Killian Cross? Is it going to be Finn Balor? Is it going to be somebody new? I really hope it is somebody new. Also, might we see some NXT stars show up on Monday night? I don't know. And if that does happen, I really hope that they get pushed because, like we just talked about, NXT talent gets wasted. And I've heard rumors and I've seen things that possibly Io Shirai, maybe Tommaso Ciampa will be getting called up. Possibly. It's just one of those things. They lost the takeover, so what else do they have to do? Maybe they do keep both of them, and hopefully they do. But that is just something to keep in mind when you do listen to this, because if it does happen on Monday, then go back and be like, oh, your boy Tino said it first. So just remember that your boy Tino said it first. What type of shape are Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole in after that amazing unsanctioned match that we just spoke about? What type of shape are they in? Are Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole able to walk? Kyle O'Reilly's back looked like he just got, like I said, he got beat up by a child, and he got beat up with a kendo stick for 45 minutes. Kyle O'Reilly's back looked like he was done, and it looked like he wasn't going to be able to move. Adam Cole left on a stretcher. Is Adam Cole going to be okay? Will we see Adam Cole on Raw or SmackDown? Was that the last time we see Adam Cole in NXT? I don't know. We're going to have to find out all these amazing things on the debut episode of NXT on Tuesday night live on the USA Network. I cannot wait to find out everything and what's next for the black and gold brand that is NXT. And there you have it. What a phenomenal, like I said, what a phenomenal 2 nights it was at NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver. Every match was phenomenal. It stole the show. But it's time for which is supposed to be the big show. It's time for the grandest stage in them all, the showcase of the Immortals, where legends are made. It's time for WrestleMania, baby. Friday Night SmackDown, we have a special WrestleMania edition, and then on Saturday, it's finally, fans are back in business, baby. We are going to Raymond James Stadium, and it is the first night of WrestleMania, but remember, just like NXT TakeOver, it's 2 nights this year, just like last year, WrestleMania is 2 nights, so we get it on Saturday, we go to bed, we wake up on Sunday, and we get a whole nother night of WrestleMania. So we still have a whole big weekend. We still have so much to look forward to. Go check out my YouTube channel at Tino Time. Go check out everything I got going out. I hope everybody enjoyed TakeOver as much as I did. I hope everybody enjoys SmackDown and WrestleMania. And I can't wait to join you for the WrestleMania pre-show and the WrestleMania post-show. So until then, this is your boy Tino, signing out.